Greetings and hallucinations, ladies and lads. I am Chancellor of the Harmonious Frequencies of the Mighty Empire of Onion, and this is Minecraft. Well, might have noticed there's a few things different about this place. I've done a little bit of work around the tower, getting things done. Yeah, I think I raised the roofs last time. So I went ahead and put in some ceiling material. Of course, it's nether brick. I've got these cross beams with some glowstone. The light level doesn't matter because I've used half slabs here. The light level is a little bit low down in this area though, in some of these corners. I had skeleton spawn down here before. So that was a little bit unfortunate, but I got him killed, no problem. I need a little bit more obsidian in order to finish off the basement here. I didn't quite have enough in the chest upstairs. But yeah, hung some pictures up around the area here to make it a little bit more fancy down in this bottom floor. We don't have the corner red or black stained terracotta, glazed terracotta, whatever. So I put these pictures up instead to give you something to look at. Then up here it's all super fancy with the red and black terracotta here. Purple glass for the windows. I think looks really good with the decor on the inside, and then also with the nether brick from the outside. I put redstone lamps out here. I just think that they look cool, and I made the switches kind of look like stands for them. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case for up here. If I tried to put them on the outside and put the switches, turning them on, the switches always faced out instead of in. It didn't matter which direction I was facing when I placed the switch. That was always the case, and so I've just put them up here for now. I may change it in the future. I may leave it this way. I don't know. I'm not entirely thrilled with the ramparts up here. I think that this crenellation could be done a little bit better, a little bit differently as well. I'm still considering putting a roof over the top of this, some kind of pointed roof, but that's still in development in my mind, kind of. Put a little bit of a garden up here. I'm growing the nether wart up here. Don't look at these carpets. Underneath there is some glowstone to kind of keep mobs from spawning up in this area. I think having all these plants and flowers and stuff are going to help prevent that. And of course, every time it snows, that covers up any full block that's available for them to spawn on. So that's good. No mobs. It's always a happy thing. Cooking up a bunch of netherrack and sand still. I'm trying to make a bunch of glass because I'm planning on using a lot of glass for builds. Before I do that though, I have been doing some serious thinking. I probably ought to be using protection. Diamond armor is what I'm talking about though. So I have been thinking very seriously about making a full set of diamond armor, enchanting that, and using that for future videos and stuff like that, because yeah, the iron just isn't doing it for me. It's not quite enough protection from the enemies to prevent me from dying, as we've seen in previous episodes. Cries to self. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm thinking about investing in. I'm also thinking about doing that because if I put my pick into the enchanter right now, it's going to try to give me Fortune 3, and I need Silk Touch on my pick. I need it so much. So I feel like if I enchant some of my armor, that's going to reset that enchant there, and it's going to make everything easier for me in the future. So you might remember in a previous episode that I mentioned I'm going to need a iron farm so that I don't have to go cruising down into the caves anytime I need iron. Yeah, an iron farm. I want to build it up there somewhere above this mountain, have the I guess you could say downspout where the iron golems are going to be falling down. Have that central inside this little mound here. I am going to build around this thing, have like a structure sitting on top of it, and then a pier sort of structure coming off there as well. Spoilers to tell you guys my plans. And have some other things on there that I think are going to be interesting, but all of this can only be done if I have villagers. And so, first and foremost, before I can do anything else, I need to have a village breeder of some kind, so that I can spawn as many villagers as I need. I can have villagers anytime that I want, any kind of villagers that I want, and yeah, be able to transport them to the places that I want them to be. So, that's what I'm going to be working on today. I don't know how much of it I'm going to leave in the video for you guys to suffer through and watch me try to figure all of it out. But I've left a link down in the description for the video that gave me the inspiration for this. It's Iskall85. He does a lot of really great Minecraft videos, modded and unmodded. He kind of adapted a design that was pre-existing and did a really good job of it. So I'm going to be using his design for this, try to get it to work, and see how we go. So I have to be really careful with measurements and placement because this build does include a lot of glass, and I don't have silk touch, as I've already mentioned, on any of my equipment, so I have to make sure that where I'm placing these things, it's going to be correct. So it's going to require water, and it's going to require tilled ground. If you don't know the mechanic for villager breeding, the villagers have to give each other food. They have to collect up food, they have to hand the food to each other, and that's what, as Iskall says, makes them willing. Farming gets them willing. And so, yeah, we have to have dirt there, we have to till the dirt, and we have to plant things on it. So that's what I'm going to get done first. It shouldn't be a whole lot of dirt, I just have to do a few rows. Kind of like the farms. Oops. That I built up top. If you remember, water is useful for 4 tiles out from it. So let me show you what I mean here. If I drop a water here, then 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles will be hydrated. 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles will be hydrated. Okay. So that's just by having water in the center. It will cover all of these rows here. And I'm going to need just a little bit more dirt. Three more. I think I can handle that. And of course it is getting dark as well. I don't want to work during the night because, yeah, I don't want to die. So I'm going to go sleep and continue. I'm not sure what the challenge serious dedication is. To be honest, I'm not sure what any of the advancements are because I haven't really looked at it. These are new. I'm playing the snapshot. I don't think I've ever mentioned that. It's like 17W 18B or something, 8B or something like that. But yeah, they have advancements now, getting ready for 1.12. So I've gotten a whole bunch of these. Some of these are new, a little bit different from the old style Minecraft stuff. Yep, killing skeletons, that one is old, but yeah, one of every hostile monster. I didn't even know there were 22 different hostile monsters. Summon an iron golem, I could do that later. Adventure time. Yeah, a lot of these are new. But I totally got some. Completely use up a diamond hoe and then reevaluate your life choices is serious dedication. For the game's information, I have never used a diamond hoe. I actually got this achievement while I was digging netherrack in the nether. So I don't know what that's all about. Alright, so that looks like it's going to push anything that gets over here out of the corner. And anything that tries to go over here is going to get pushed out of the corner as well. So we should have a central collection area right through here. So the way that it is now, adult villagers could fall in and get through. But if I dig a one tall gap like that, it's only going to be the baby villagers that are able to make it. To build this thing though, I have to get back here, so I'm definitely going to have to dig it too high and just see how it goes from here. Can replace those, no problem. Let's drop one right there. Say, hey babies, because there's going to be baby villagers there. So whenever they come through here and plop into this hole, they're going to be hanging out there, one tall entity, and then whenever they grow up into two tall, they will swim up this. It may seem strange, but whenever they encounter water, they swim up. And as long as it's only a one square, they should pass through it quick enough to where they won't take any damage from suffocation. So let me see, let's try to get some of these glass panes in between. And so you see that they are connecting right now to the dirt blocks, but whenever I get the water put in and things like that, whenever I get the water put in and till the soil, they will no longer connect. I think I did make enough panes here, it looks like. So that's pretty fortunate. Alright, and another thing about this centerpiece is that I think I'm going to have to just fill it in completely with dirt. Oh, I can't go very fast anymore. Because if anything gets trapped in this middle part, I don't want it to get stuck. So if I could just fill this in, they have no chance of getting stuck. And then, let's see, if I put that there, yeah, we're still flowing in there. It looks like it's trying to go higher now, which doesn't make sense to me. I feel like that ought to block it, but for some reason it's wanting to attach. I'm just going to take it on faith that water is all flowing in the correct direction, and that when the babies get here they won't get stuck and the adults suffocate on these blocks. I'll just have to keep an eye on it once I get it fully built. Yeah, so I need to get out of here. Try this, and then I'm going to shove this water right there. Okay, so that's all done. Yeah, this water source, it shouldn't be connected to that one. So there should be an air bubble right below my feet. If I dig one out, yeah, I should be fine to stand here forever. So that's good. Alright, we're out of here. So the theory is, if I till this stuff up, it ought to become irrigated, so that it doesn't untill itself. I can see that far corner, the one behind me, has become irrigated, and so that is a bonus. A huge bonus. And it sadly appears that the water is trying to connect through the floor, just like it did on that other piece, but it's still, the animation still says that it's going this direction. So once again, I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on it, see how it goes, and make sure that it's working properly. Alright, so the lily pad ought to keep anybody from falling through. Oh, did I miss that one? I must have missed that one, because there's no way that right next to the water source it should have any chance of switching back. Alright, so I need a batch of concrete for the roof of this thing. A lot of people have come up with some pretty fancy concrete generators, but the way that I like to do is just have the concrete in my offhand and just look into the water, hold down left and right at the same time. Of course my pick isn't the best for this, but yeah, as you can see, it's pretty quick, pretty simple, pretty easy. Yeah, just plop out a load of concrete, no problem. Alright, so if you are kind of new to Minecraft, I would say, you may not know the specifics of what I'm doing here. Yeah, trying to get a zombie villager into that area isn't going to be very easy. I mean, I can get them to chase me, and they'll go where I want them to go generally, but yeah, once I get one villager spawned, there's going to be a large number of enemies that start coming at me trying to kill that villager. They're going to be attracted to it, target it specifically, all that sort of thing, so that's something I'm going to have to be aware of and careful about. I can't put two zombie villagers into the same hole and try to cure them, because if one cures before the other one does, then the other one will kill them, or is very likely to kill them. And you may say to me, but what do you mean cure zombie villagers? Well, I'll show you. So we've got regular water bottles in both of these. We're finally going to be using our brewing stand. I will drop a nether quartz in there. In the old days, back in my day, you just put the nether wart in there and it started working. It looks like we need blaze powder. We only have one blaze rod left, but that's how you get the blaze powders. So I'm gonna have to head to the nether and do some battles with blazes to get that going. I hope that this works for just one set of potions, otherwise I'm gonna have to work fast here, and I don't exactly know what I'm doing. So we need sugars, we need spider eyes, and we need... Ooh. We actually need brown mushrooms, which I don't think that I have right now. So I'm going to have to head over to the swamp and collect some of those real quick. Okay, it turns out I had mushrooms in this chest just outside. It's not very many, but it's enough for what I need right now. I could craft up a mushroom farm in the future, but I don't know, to be honest, that I'll be needing that many. So what I'm going to do here is make some fermented spider eyes. Spider eye, sugar, mushroom. It's shapeless crafting, so any combination of things you want to do, it gives us the fermented spider eye, which looks a bit questionable in my mind. So we've got the awkward potion here with no effects. I was thinking that this would allow it to continue to work, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So I may be having to head to the nether sooner than I thought to go try and fight some blaze. Unfortunately, the blazes are in the nether fortress, which I didn't mark its location as effectively as I likely could have. So it is going to be a bit of a trick to get there and figure out where the place actually is. Cool. I've been in the nether for literally hours and only just now made it to the nether fortress. I kind of understated how poorly I had designated the trail over here, but I have improved on it, so that's a positive thing. Now I'm going to hunt around, find some blazes, try not to get killed by blazes or wither skeletons or regular skeletons or anybody. Try not to punch any pigmen, stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. That was pretty close. Clearly, standing right next to a blaze spawner probably isn't the best strategy. 14. I think that's a pretty good number. I can't complain about it, that's for sure. Plus the 6 gas tier 4 magma creams. I'm gonna have to come down here and build a farm for these guys. Now that I have a better marking for the actual trail to get here, I think it would be a lot easier to have a decent place marked out. Probably be a lot safer that way as well. I wouldn't have to worry so much. There we go. Oh, they both dropped on top of the rail. So good. So happy about that. That looks like a dangerous jump. I don't think I'm quite ready for that. I'm too young to die and all that. Oh, that's one of my arrows. I don't want to hit that pig man, so I'm not going to worry about that. Whoa. Yeah, I think a quarter stack of blaze rods is probably good for now. So I'm going to head back to the base and I will bring you guys back when I get there. Alright, we are back at the base. We've got the fermented spider eyes in here. We need 2 more of the blaze powders. I was thinking when this filled up it would just automatically brew. I really feel like this should be doing something. Huh. Well, it appears that I have done it incorrectly here. So I'm going to have to change up what I've done. Stir up a magma cream in here. I made the awkward potion first, and it turns out that's not even what needs to happen. Yeah, so I should get a potion of fire resistance off of these, which will be pretty handy the next time I go into the nether, maybe to build a blaze farm. Yeah, you can see there, potion of fire resistance. We can hear goog goog goog. Those are done. So now, how do I do it properly? I just put these in, and then it's one of the fermented spider eyes. I don't have to do the nether wart first. I just have to put those in like that. And we should be able to get weakness potions here. I already picked up a bunch of gunpowder from the ghasts that were in there. And so I do want to make this a throwable potion. Splash potion, if you will. And I was correct about this filling up with a blaze powder, and then it'll brew for whatever amount of time it takes for this to go down. Looks like maybe 6 applications of something. But yeah, so those are about ready. I have over a stack of gunpowder already. That's pretty fantastic. I would like to make them last a bit longer, so let's grab a couple of these, a couple of those. Actually, I could take all of those and be happy with it. Yeah, so we have a couple of batches going on so far. This should make it last longer, I believe. I'll have to see what it says here. If it makes it stronger, that's okay. I know what to do. Yeah, 4 minutes now. 4 minutes. So that's what I wanted pretty much. We got our little weakness grenades here. Unfortunately, they don't stack. I would kind of prefer it if they did, but it simply isn't the case. And get his home made up a little bit better, where maybe I can escape. Okay, and I need dirt on the hotbar, as well as potion, and 1 golden apple. Oh, I don't want to get blown up while I'm sitting around. Okay, where did he go? Or did he despawn? Here he is. Alright, so I want him to follow me into this hole here. Okay. Oh, come on. Don't be mean. Oh, got another one coming. Cool. So as you can see, this is... Oh no! So as you can see, this is pretty difficult. Well, I've made it back. I was able to recover all of my stuff, and yeah, it's clearly daytime, so there's no way that I'm going to find a zombie villager this time of day. Fortunately, I do have the little cave dug for him. I'll probably modify it because I need to dig a trench down on this side anyways, so I'll show you guys that and sort of explain what that's for, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I will get that going and bring you back in a minute. Alright, so I filled in the little hole over here, and I've made a hole that is going to actually work. So run down in here, come back out. I can even drop just one dirt right here and he's trapped. Then I can run straight across, drop one drop of dirt here, and he'll be trapped as well. Throw a potion on him, hit him with a golden apple, and he will be converted into a living villager. Of course, once I do that, I have to make sure and protect him. I put some glowstone down there for light. I might have to move him around. I'll find out in the future. But yeah, try to keep zombies from spawning down inside there with him. They say that the base of the doors have to be 7 below the farm block. So the farm block is 1 above the glass. So we've got 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this block is number 7. This is where the doors go. And that's going to fool the villagers that are living up here into thinking that the village needs to be populated. And so they'll start throwing food at each other, trying to breed, and making more villagers. That's the goal of the whole thing anyway. So I'm still trying to make it work. I've heard that it works with both carrots and potatoes, but I don't know if it works with beetroots or not. Or wheat either. I don't know the answer to that. Well, sadly it's been 2 game days and nights, and I still haven't come across another zombie villager. Several zombies. I attacked them, tried to get them to spawn their friends along, but it never happened. I went ahead and threw some taters in here. They should grow up no problem with the lights from the glowstone here. Yeah, so once they mature, these empty spots are fine because the villagers will harvest and then they will plant in the empty spots, and those aren't ever going to uncultivate themselves because, yeah, they're hydrated, irrigated, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I'm unfortunately going to have to leave this a bit unfinished because I simply don't have time to sit around and go another night or 2. But between this episode and next, I will try to get a villager captured in there. After I get 1 down in that section there, I have to get at least 2 more in here so that they can start breeding. And then whenever their babies fall down through the cracks and pop up over here, I have to get this closed off as well. I can use a minecart system to transport them up in there so that I can have about 8 in here doing the breeding. And I have to have at least 1 brown coat in here. Farmer, yeah, butcher, somebody like that, I think, that'll be able to farm this stuff. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. If you want to catch the next episode, feel free to subscribe. Consider supporting if you would. And be sure to check out any of my other videos or playlists that you might be interested in. Thank you very much for any time that you spend on my channel, and I hope blessings of wisdom and peace on all of you. Farewell.